This is an opportunity for the group to perhaps look beyond the EU frame and see whether there are other partners that will help us achieve our objectives, our aim that we have decided on in terms of what we want.
In few days will be held the ACP Council of Ministers in Dakar in Senegal. Later, the 8th Summit of Head of State and Government will take from May 30 to June 1, 2016 to Papua New Guinea. Both events will be taken in the context referring to the end of Cotonou Agreement and the question of the future of ACP Group. Could you tell us why these events are fundamental and what are the aims?
We're now into a juncture where we need to look beyond 2020. I think that the partnership that we have with the EU is very important. But I think things have changed since the Yaoundé convention, and then of course Lomé. The global scene have changed, and therefore I think we as a group need to adapt. So this period up to 2020 is extremely important in terms of our own internal reflection as to where we want to be post-2020. And the Council in Dakar will provide the first opportunity for the group to have a comprehensive view, assessment, taking into account a number of reports that have been prepared in terms of our future. The Eminent Persons Group's report, as you are aware, has been finalized, which will go to the summit in PNG on the 31st of May and the 1st of June. With obviously, there are other issues associated with our future. For example, the structuring of the governing organs of the institutions, including our secretariat. But these things will come, in our view, once that firm decision has been taken by the summit on where we want to be, the focus on policy domain that we should focus on. And we have to be very clear, because I think we also need to accept and acknowledge that the principle of subsidiarity and complementarity is very important. At the level of the group here in Brussels, there is a key role for us to play. And obviously there are certain things which are better undertaken at the regional level, which our regional institutions are well geared to attend to. And then of course the national level, and we all have our own national programs with the EU. But we should also not tie too much the future to the EU, or obviously it would become a key and important partner. But this is an opportunity for the group to perhaps look beyond the EU frame and see whether there are other partners that will help us achieve our objectives, our aim that we have decided on in terms of what we want. But one of the key things that I think the group needs really to have a debate about is that we cannot continue to be an organization that is considered in the context of donor-recipient relationship. I think we need to go beyond that. We need to demonstrate that we have something to offer to any potential partner. Because if you don't do that, then the partnership and the relationship is not going to be an equal one. There's always a feeling that you're beholden, that because you're always asking that the other partner is in a much stronger position. But if we are confident in terms of the value added that we bring to any relationship, and we have the numbers at the moment that we can utilize, and I think that has been one of the challenge for us in the past, is that we have not been able to utilize in any effective way, in a sustained manner, our numbers at the global level. We have had some success, but this has not been consistent, and I think we need to look at that. So, this is now the start of the it's just the start of the process towards 2020, and hopefully after the summit in PNG, then that will give us a clear guidance and foundation upon which we can then go to the next level in terms of our discussions with potential partners. But before we do that, we need to have clear guidance from the summit as to where we should be post-2020. But at the end of the day, it's really targeting the people at the grassroots level, because our work here is useless if we are not able to bring concrete changes and benefits to our various communities in our member states. And I think this is where I think you will also appreciate that one of our failings has been that we have not been able to articulate to our population and perhaps the wider European population the benefit of this partnership, not only to the grassroots, but also to Europe as well. And I think this is a huge task for us moving forward, and certainly beyond 2020. Because if you have your community and your population not fully appreciative of the benefits of this relationship, it's not gonna, we will have a very difficult time. And I think the taxpayer in Europe have to also appreciate that, despite what is being said, that it's not a massive transfer of aid funds to developing countries. It's also benefiting them, and we all recognize that.
They have access for 79 countries, African.
Absolutely. When you look at some of the argument in terms of natural resources that we are seen as a source of, these are, but we have to recognize that, not only recognize, but I think we need then to sit down and look at the strategy in terms of how we can harness that, advantage to ensure that our population, of course, the wider ACP group benefits from it.